This is me and this is my new podcast for self-love, self-care, and motivation. This is me, Nada, your favorite host. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, love. This space is all about real talk, soft resets, and figure things out together. And if you ever want to say hi or share your thoughts with us, my DMs are always open. I drop new episodes whenever it feels right, not rushed. So following me means you won't miss the next one. Let's get into today's episode. You ever feel like you were so close to finally getting it all together? Like the job was finally aligning, your love life made sense, your routines were finally sticking, and you kind of looked around and went, okay, maybe I'm doing it. Maybe this is it. And then, boom. Life just flips the switch. No warning, no soft landing. Suddenly, the thing you thought would last ends. The plan you built around doesn't work anymore. The version of you that made those decisions doesn't even feel like you anymore. And you're just standing there like, wait, what just happened? That's what this episode is about. That moment when everything unravels right after you thought it was all coming together. That quiet, painful, confusing space called square one. Even though we've already done so much work to get what you are. And if you are there right now, or if you have ever been, I just want to say, it's awful. But there's something sacred about it too. So let's talk about it. Here's the thing no one really tells you about. It's not always permanent. You can be doing so well, finally feeling like things are aligned, and then one small shift knocks the entire puzzle out of place. For me, it started subtle, a few things not going as planned, some delays, a shift in energy, people pulling back, unexpected changes, and I ignored it at first because I thought, nah, I've been through worse, I'm fine, this will pass. But it didn't pass. It snowballed, like something that leads into another thing. And suddenly I was waking up with that heaviness in my chest again. You know that feeling, that lump in your throat before the tears even start? Yeah, that one. I thought I had finally built something solid. Like life was finally saying, here you go, you've earned this. And then it all started unraveling, piece by piece, until I was back in the weird place where nothing made sense again. And I remember sitting on the floor, literally on the floor of my room thinking, how the hell did I get back here? I wasn't lazy, I wasn't unaware, I wanted it to work. But life and God, or whatever you believe in, had different plans. And I had to learn something that still hurts to admit. Listen closely. Sometimes what you thought was the final chapter was just a really intense middle one. Let me take you back. There was a moment last year where everything clicked. I was waking up early, working on projects, work that I cared about, journaling, even doing skincare consistently. Like, who even was she, right? I had stuff to do, friends to hang out with, some money. I was like, okay, this is the version of me I always imagined. I'd post something online and people would reply, wow, you're doing a great job, you're glowing. And deep down, I felt that too. I was really glowing. Like I was in sync with myself for the first time in a long time. But then things changed. People who once hyped me up disappeared. The work that once gave me the energy started feeling heavy. I kind of started not having so much clients to keep me busy. Some rejections here and there started to sting more, and I found myself second guessing decisions I was once so sure about. And the worst part, I didn't even see it coming. I kept showing up like everything was fine because, I didn't want to seem like I was spiraling or giving up. But inside, I was so tired, like emotionally exhausted. One day, I literally said it out loud. I miss me. Not the perfect me, not the glow-up version, just the me who wasn't afraid to try. The me who didn't feel stuck in her own life. The one who believed again. That's when I realized I wasn't starting over. I was being called to reconnect with the version of me that had been left behind. The softer version, the brave version, the one who wasn't afraid of square one. And that changed everything. So, what do you do when you feel like you're starting over? Here's what helped me, and maybe it will help you too. You need to stop trying to bounce back and start listening. Because every time I tried to fix it quickly, I got more frustrated. And when I started listening to my body, my emotions, even my tears, I realized that this version of me didn't need a hustle plan. She needed rest, she needed truth, she needed grace. Like to pause for a second. And the second thing you should try is reframe square one. What if square one isn't a punishment, but just a portal, right? A sacred space where you're not who you were and not yet who you are becoming. A cocoon, not a cage. After that, try to mourn the old dream. Honestly, some of the things I lost just needed to go. It still hurt, and I had to give myself space to grieve and say, like, that version of life with certain things, certain people, etc., meant something to me. And it's okay to be sad that it's gone. And it's okay to start small again. It's okay to start all over again. 1 cup of water, 1 journal entry, 1 walk outside, 1 day at the gym. You don't rebuild overnight. You breathe, you soften, you take 1 step, and then another. And remember, nothing is ever truly lost. All the lessons, all the growth, all the love, it's still in you. Just because you're starting fresh doesn't mean you are starting empty. So here we are. Maybe you're still in the fog, still wondering how everything slipped through your fingers, still aching for answers. I get it. But let me offer you this. You're not broken, you're not behind, and this is not the end. This is a beginning. Not because you wanted one, but because life knew you were ready for one. You might not feel strong right now, you may feel confused, tired, even a little lost, but your soul is rebuilding something sacred. A new version of you is being born here, in the mess, in the silence, the not knowing. And one day soon, you're gonna look back and say, that version of me, the one who got up even when everything fell apart, yeah, she was the bravest. So for now, be gentle, cry if you need, laugh when you can, speak your truth, and trust, even just a little, that this square one might just lead to something even better than you imagined. We are in this together, okay? Deep breath, and let's begin again. So that was all for today's episode. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and I really hope it helped some of you. Till next time, have a nice day.